Okay, here we go, guys. Day number 16. There are more days behind us than there are ahead of us, so enjoy today's inspiration coming to you from the land of Israel. Let's jump right in, and you're looking at the Sea of Galilee. Bafo the Great announced in his town that he's going to walk across a tightrope extended over a deep valley with no safety net below. The people of the town gathered, and they're very impressed as they watched Bafo walk from one side to the other. Then, when Bafo came back to the people, he announced, "Come tomorrow for something even more amazing." So the people show up the next day, and Bafo says, "Do you think I can walk across the wire?" And they said, "Yes, we believe you can." And he said, "Well, this time I'm going to do it while juggling 3 balls." So Bafo walks slowly across the wire, juggling 3 balls, an amazing feat. And Bafo says, "If you thought that was amazing, come back tomorrow." So the people return again tomorrow, and Bafo says, "I'm going to walk across this wire juggling while eating an apple." And so Bafo begins his juggling, starts eating the apple at the same time, and walks flawlessly across the wire extended above this very deep valley. So Bafo says, "If you thought that was amazing, come tomorrow." And so the people come tomorrow, and Bafo says, "You know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to walk across this valley. And while I walk across the valley on the tightrope, I'm going to be pushing a cart, a big wagon." And so the people look at Bafo, and Bafo looks at them, and he says, "Do you believe I can do it?" And they say, "We believe." And so Bafo walks from one side to the other, pushing this wheelbarrow, and he makes it. Now Bafo comes back and he says, "I have an even more incredible feat." Now Bafo says, "I'm going to push this wagon across the tightrope with a person sitting in the wagon." And he looks at the crowd of people gathered, and he says, "Do you believe I can do it?" And they say, "Yes, we believe you can do it." And he says, "Are you sure?" And they say, "Yes, we believe you can do it." And he asks one more time, "Do you believe that I can push this wheelbarrow across this tightrope in this deep valley with no safety net, with a person sitting in the wheelbarrow all the way to the other side? Do you believe I can do it?" And the people yell, "Yes, Bafo, we believe you can do it." So he says, "Okay, I need a volunteer to sit in the wheelbarrow." Faith is often easy when it's easy. When is faith challenging? When there are challenges to our faith. And the Talmud puts it this way. They say someone who has bread in his basket today and worries about where his meal is going to come from tomorrow, that person is lacking in faith. Now, it's a very, very challenging thing, right? As the Navi, the prophet tells us, "Tzaddik be'emunato yichyeh," a righteous person lives by their faith. Now, it's not a simple thing to have faith when it's very, very difficult. Now, how can you tell? How can you judge your faith? Very simple. When there's a great distance between you and an event actually occurring, it's easy to have faith. So, for example, if someone has a lot of money in the bank and they don't have a job, right? But they have enough money to last 2 years. So 2 years away, they say, I have faith, no problem. Something will happen, I'll find a job. A year goes by and they still have enough money to last a year, and they say, I have faith in God. God will provide, because they still have a year of money left. And then they say, okay, something will happen over the next year. 6 months go by, they still don't have a job. Another 2 months go by, they have 4 months left of money. They're getting a little nervous. And then they have 2 months left of money, and a month left of money, and then 2 weeks left of money and no job. What happens now? What happens to their faith? So now it gets a little bit stickier. When they had 2 years of money, no problem to have faith. But now when I only have 2 weeks of money left, how's your faith now? What about when I only have 1 day left of money? That's how you test your faith, by asking yourself, right, today, what is my challenge when I consider my tomorrow? Now, here's a little exercise that you can do to help yourself. We can divide life really into 2 areas. There are areas of life where we realize that we have no control over things that other people do to us, An example would be, say, you're on an airplane. You don't really control what happens to that plane. You're sitting on the plane. Okay, then there's the area of life where at least we feel we have control over. Of course, everything is in God's hands, but there are areas where we feel like we have control. I'm driving the car. I'm looking for the job. I'm working, and I feel like I have control over these things. Okay, in reality, we know that God controls everything, but there are two areas of life that we can divide it up: areas where we clearly have no control, and areas where we perceive that we completely control. So the exercise is, let's start with the areas where we know we have no control over them, and let us try to let go of our worry. Put ourselves in the hands of God. We know that we can't control them. We know when I'm on an airplane, I don't have control over what happens to that. I know that I have no control once my kids leave my house, what they do or don't do. Right? So let's try to focus our energy this month on at least letting go of the areas where it's so clear that I have no control over it. Now, if you're able to do that, then work on the other area. But that's more difficult. But let's start with this. And so I ask you, think about something that you know you have no control over, yet you worry about it. And try to let go of the worry, because it is not in your hands. Tzaddik be'emunato yichyeh. A righteous person lives by their faith. And let's begin by at least having faith and being able to let go of the areas where we know we don't have control. And that will be an excellent start. Okay, folks, you got to have faith. You got to have faith that tomorrow there'll be another message. I'm wishing you the deepest blessings from the land of Israel. And wishing you a great day and a farewell, at least till tomorrow, going out with the tunes of Rabbi Shlomo Katz.